This is where my irrigation pump is, and I have to come over here every once in a while to clean out my foot belt. And here is the Auburn Ravine. A lot of gold came out of this place. And where I'm getting my gravel and potential suiseki is like here. So when I'm down here, I'll pick up some, and other times I'll just scoop it up with my tractor. That's what I was doing this time. I got a bucket full of this sand and gravel. Well, good morning. This is Hiro again. What we're going to do today, we're going to be looking at rocks. Oh, more rocks. Yes, rocks. What I did was I went down to the creek and got these rocks by the tractor load. You know, tractor. Okay, now, the importance of the rock. You notice that almost all my bonsai, I put in a rock as a complement to the tree. And then you have noticed that I've been doing a lot of boniwa. Boniwa is a miniature landscape. Not sure if I told you so, but I'm in the Indian country. Evidently, according to Dr. Johnson, who is our local archaeologist, specializing in Native American artifacts. Well, anyway, he was saying that on my piece of property, there was probably two sets of Native American. One would be the Maidu tribe, and then he called the other one prehistoric. And he said there was not much known about them, but there was a group that was here way before the Maidu, and they have their own distinct way of doing things. Only thing that I know is just a little bit what Dr. Johnson had told me. But today, what I'm trying to do is to take the rocks that I found in the creek, and many I feel are very related to our Native Americans, but what I wanted to do was how to use it in the Japanese and Japanese garden approach. Here's one of those rocks that I found. So something like this could be used in the garden, right? Remember in my Zen garden, we talked about placing it so that it's buried to its widest point so that it looks very natural and the size unknown. This could be used in a number of different ways, but what's unique is this surface, if you could feel it, is smooth, and I have the feeling that this was used as some sort of a tool, and it also fits the hand. These rocks that I find really fits the hand really well, so there's a nice slick side, but it also makes it easy to use it as a decorative or approach to a nice slick surface. I'm not sure how it was used, but I feel that because of the surface, it was used for something. But that's not the point I was trying to make. I was trying to make the point that we can use these for our garden. So, see? And then if you turn around, I'm no archaeologist, but having talked to Dr. Johnson many a times, I'm finding that some of this could be some sort of tool from the past. But I'm more concerned about how I could use it in my garden. And this one too has a relatively flat surface on the bottom, but it makes it easy to. We talked about rock placement in the 1, 2, 3. So this is number 1, Number 2. One, two, three, and a triangle. These were all from the creek. I'm coming up with these fascinating rocks, like this one here is flat and flat, but I can use it in the Japanese garden. 1, 2, 3, triangle. This one has a smooth side and actually 2, but I just like the shape like that. And then this one definitely has a smooth surface here. So, see? 2 rock arrangement. Now, if this was the Japanese garden, there'll be a tree here. Or there could be a water basin here. So that these rocks in this grouping here, we can use it in our Japanese garden and bonniwa. That's why I've been showing so much of the bonniwa. I want to get to the Japanese garden series, and to understand, it's easier to do it in these. Okay, let's see if I could get it to work. This is a difficult one because it's a matter of perfect balance. And then it's very difficult, but in the Japanese garden series, well, in the Japanese garden, they really put emphasis on natural stone lanterns. So I can't let go because you'll collapse. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to add a little bit of thin set or sort of a cement mortar mix, and then they'll hold it. I had chance to do a couple more. What I did was I used mix for tile. I just happened to have some. Actually, the thin set, which is gray, would be a little bit better, but I had this tile, I think adhesive, so I used that so that if you look closely, you see the white. Okay, so this is the other one that I was able to do at the same time. And then this one over here, the third one, is actually the best. Okay, this one here, if it had a little more distinctness, it would make a great suiseki. Suiseki is defined as a viewing stone, and what happens is, you see this is your mountain range, and can you see the waterfall there? I won't call this a great suiseki, but it takes the approach of a suiseki. So, one of the things you could do is to go down to a creek, make sure it's not a national or state park, and start looking for things that have the power to suggest something more than it actually is. So, why did I do all this work? Well, some of you like my little stories and others not so much. But anyway, what happened was my grandkids are here. They live in Southern California. They've been locked up. So when the school was over, they came, and they're here for about a week, 10 days, I guess. And I'm trying to keep them entertained. Well, we can't go anywhere because of the exposure, and the places that we want to go are not open. Well, one of the places was Coloma, or Sutter's Mill where they found the first gold. Well, when the place is in full operation, they have this gold panning. Well, anyway, we can't go because it's not open. So I live in gold country. That creek that you saw in the beginning is, well, that's where they found a lot of gold during the day. Well, there's not so much now, especially now that you can't use the dredger. But anyway, what I wanted to do was to get a little bit of sand, and what I did is I bought little nuggets. So my 8-year-old and the 6-year-old will have fun time finding it. Well, unfortunately, things didn't work out. In the meantime, what I did was I found 2 little specks. It's so small that you could barely see it. So we are in the gold country, but finding real gold is very difficult. So I was going to seed it for my grandkids, except their attention span is so short that they couldn't even find the gold that I had placed in it. Well, anyway, that's what got me started in this whole thing. I don't know what it was used for, but I found this one here that is like a perfect heart shape. And my 6-year-old granddaughter, she fell in love with it, so now it's hers. So my idea of the gold panning was a bust, but at least they'll have, well, at least she'll have one, something to take home. So anyway, this has been Hero saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another